An embarrassment, that is what a lot of people are saying about last night's game as Manchester United got knocked out of the Champions League. There's going to be one guest in the studio who's going to be very happy and the other with a bit of a sad face already. I'll get to them very shortly. But we want your say. If you're a United fan, you've not had your chance to rant yet on the Football Social, so get your calls in early. 0345 111 7625. Was Jose Mourinho embarrassing last night? Not just the players that he played on the pitch, like some people calling and asking why Fellaini started, and what happened to Pogba. Surely he needs to be motivated for a big Champions League game like it was, but about his comments after the match, saying that is nothing new for the club. Surely Manchester United, they say the biggest club in the world, should be expecting more. If you're a United fan, let us know your opinions. If you don't want to call, you can text 87711 and have your say on the matter, like Steve Shanyaski will be having. And Ian, I think I'll let you have a couple of words on the matter. Are you excited about that?
On the matter.
On the matter in hand.
Appropriate word. Because how does matter not start a game? But Fellaini
He's been calling for it. He's been calling for it. And maybe Ian, a City fan, knows more about Manchester United than the manager so far itself, because he makes a prediction, and he says it, not a prediction, sorry, he makes a statement a couple of times on this show that Rashford and Mata need to be starting. The Liverpool game they did. The Liverpool game they won. So, if you're thinking Mourinho's making the wrong team selections, let us know, 87711. Send us a text, and we're also going to be talking about David Silva and just how good he is. If we're talking about an overall player in the Premier League of the last 5 years, who is up there? You get to pick, gentlemen, about the player you think has been the best overall in the Premier League of the last 5 years. And I'm putting David Silva up there at the top of the mark. If you can think of anyone better, let us know. 87711. Is he the best and why? Steve?
I'm in deep physical pain, mate. I gave you a big...
By the way, I've got quizzes coming up as well.
Oh, they're going to be even more deep physical pain.
What we'll do is we'll get all this out there.
I've not memorised all the names.
Not Sheffield Wednesday. Get it all out there, and then we'll have games galore so we can all chill. Do you know what it's like? It's like golden time in primary school. Do you ever get golden time? You do your hard work, and then you get 5 minutes to play at the end.
Steve, yes. I think should be on a chaise longue tonight.
Pardon? He's got a what?
He should be on one of those chaise longues, you know, like when they go into the psychiatrist.
Like I've got.
You've got a chaise long.
I've got a maroon one with below.
Bring him out of his depression, you know.
Is yours maroon? Mine's pink.
Well, do you know what? I've gone from euphoric from Liverpool Saturday night to deep sort of dejection, which I've got today. And it reminds me of the days of when I was clubbing as a youth. I'd go from being absolutely like full of the euphoria on Saturday night, and then Wednesday absolutely devastated. And I do want to lay on a chaise longue, sucking my thumb, facing the wall, and just turning around and telling people to go away. Because what happened last night, I have not got a clue. I knew by half-time that I didn't want to watch any more of the game. My wife was kicking off that I've been working all day. Why do I have to watch United again? Because I'd watched half a City the night before. She'd banked that and thought that meant I'd watched football the night before. So I was like, no, it was City. It was just on while we were eating dinner. So I have to now tonight watch back-to-back catch-up Coronation Street that she's got saved in the BT box. I've got to watch that and not complain. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like that show, but I will like it more than what I watched last night. And that is a guaranteed. It was diabolical. It was depressing. It was passionless. It was confusing.
It was awful.
It was like sometimes when I swim, you got the elderly, they've got their own lane, and they don't swim. They sort of bounce up and down, walking up and down. And you're watching them thinking, are you swimming or walking? What are you doing? Are you swimming? Because have a swim. If you're walking, go and have a walk. Don't come in the swimming pool and start walking about. It makes no sense. And it felt exactly the same watching United. It felt like there were elderly people bobbing up and down a swimming baths.
This is Steve's new act. He's a comedian by profession.
This is my rant.
That was brilliant, Steve.
It's not even started.
For
Fellaini, I didn't get that at all. What was he doing? I get it. He came on against Liverpool and held the ball and sort of frustrated them, and that was fine when we were 2-0 up, I think, or 2-1 or whatever it was, and that served a purpose at that point. we could defend, have him doing long ball, knocking it down. But against a Champions League team, that is not going to happen. You're not going to be able to play like that and get away with it. I couldn't understand. The other thing that frustrates me, you've got Rashford, a player in form, having to change position to accommodate a player that's out of form, Sanchez. I'm gutted about that.
There's no one listening to this who surely can argue with the words you're saying here, Steve. Because there is no way that Mourinho could have looked at the team he put out and thought, this is going to win the tie. You can't. There's no way. I was thinking to myself, look at McTominay and look at the passion that lad has shown over the last couple of games. No matter what team you support, you can see a young lad who loves the game of football and he will grab anything. He will make sure he gets the game by the scruff of the neck. And then you got Pogba, the £90 million midfielder. Let's put him on. No, I tell you what we'll do. We'll scrap both of them. We'll start Fellaini.
Fellaini to start.
Fellaini. And people say, so why
come back from injury to sort of totter around.
And you know what? I've got some people say to me, why is Pep Guardiola
even when he's not injured he's at his peak? He will not do more than totter around.
It's an argument is why is Pep Guardiola a better coach than Jose Mourinho? And I'll say this now, Pep Guardiola's a better coach than Jose Mourinho because he'd never play Fellaini in that team. He'd never play someone with his head down as much as that man. You can't pass a ball.
Pogba, by the way, either.
Well, there's an argument to that.
You don't have to worry, mate, because Pogba's next.
In the last couple of weeks, you might. Pogba's next. But he'll never play that kind of player. It's not just about, Fellaini and his history. It's about what he did last night. Nervous on the ball, doesn't know what to do with the distribution. He doesn't know how to run with the ball. He had one shot on target, which I think anyone else could have bagged that. And it's a different game. But that's Fellaini, and that's the game that happened last night. United are not in the next round of the Champions League. And, FA Cup for you, Steve?
I was here 2 weeks ago, and I haven't been able to shake off the fact that you were all like, you think that United will get to the semis? My point was at the time, because I was a little bit offended, but I understood. You sort of, sometimes you think, I don't know, he doesn't know what he's on about, he's just talking for the sake of talking. I get that. Sometimes that is the case. But in this instance, I thought, as they were saying last night, as Scones was saying on the telly, once you get to the quarters, anything can happen. Anything can go wrong. You can have a red card. You can have a crazy goal. Suddenly you can find a bit of space. People get nervous. Anything can happen. I didn't think we'd be able to get past the semis, but I thought there'd be a chance as soon as we got to the quarters. And in our way was a team, Sevilla, that were the most lackluster bunch of strikers and whatever was going on I've ever seen in my life. And we couldn't even cope with... they were awful.
And then tip of the iceberg for any United fan must be this. I've sat in the chair twice before with Porto, Manchester United got knocked out. With Real Madrid, Manchester United out. So this is nothing new for the football club.
Jose is giving us a list of teams he's beaten United with. That makes absolutely no sense because now
he managed to pick himself up.
Now he's at United. And he's the one that's been kicked out by a lackluster team. Is he going mad?
Can I just say something?
Please.
Ian. I didn't know you were here, Ian, so I don't even put your mic up.
Please say something positive.
No, I'm not going to say anything positive.
City fans are saying such a strange twist, isn't it? But
what I am going to do, though, is just before we wind him up and let him go again, because this is brilliant entertainment. I'm loving this.
Yeah, you are. You are loving it.
Okay.
He did a little cheeky tweet last night. He did a little cheeky tweet last night. I saw it. When I was scrolling through my feed, I just saw something about, something about 40 points and not being relegated and how times have changed. It's like, go away, Ian. Just go away.
Yeah, I think you might want to sneak one in about Pogba as well.
I'm not even going to bother going that direction. I'm going to let you do that. But Mourinho, this is the question for you, right? That's all I'm going to do, ask you a question. Yeah, both of you can both... Anybody wants to give us a call? What's the numbers?
0345 111 7625.
Right, so... Mourinho hasn't looked. He hasn't had his mojo, and I don't think he's ever really had his mojo while he's at United.
No.
Obviously, he's getting slaughtered now for the way he's playing. The United fans are starting to turn a little bit after that game last night. Generally speaking, it isn't positive. I believe that United have got the players, with Mata, with Rashford, with other players in that squad. I think if they were unleashed and released and went forward, they would be a very entertaining, very good side. And they are being held back by him. And I think he's old school, he's past his sell-by date, and he doesn't think the modern way. Now then, you read out what he said after the game last night, Joe.
Yeah.
And here's the question. Does Jose Mourinho now, is he at the point where he actually wants to get sacked? So he gets a nice big payoff and then he goes to another country? Because I'm beginning to think that if I was a United fan and he said what he said after that, I'd be furious.
It's a very difficult thing, but if you turn it on your head, it's like me coming on here talking about when I was on TalkSport or 5 Live and how it was better than it. And it was like, the managers on here, on the board of here, go, Joe, why did you go and say something to the public that makes us look bad as a brand, but bigs yourself up in a weird way?
Yeah.
You can't go to a comedy store, Steve, and go, oh, my gig yesterday was better than this one, and my gig the day before was better than this one.
You're a rubbish audience.
You're a rubbish
All the other
audience.
audiences are better than you.
You can't make it. You can't just say that. It's baffling that he said it. It was a baffling
The whole
thing to
night
say.
was baffling. The team pick was baffling. The way that they played was like something had been said to them before they got on the pitch. It feels like we've got to prop up these Galactico players that are just failing us week on week on week. So Pogba, he's got an injury, but it's mysterious and nobody knows what it is. I've been on his Twitter today, and what on his Twitter to say, because if he was injured, now believe me, this guy, he's got 4.9 million followers on Twitter, and he don't really put many jokes out or anything, so he's not my kind of follow. But what he does do is put pictures and things about himself and how great it all is and all that. And the only reference, he just says he's not playing against Huddersfield, and it just says he needs to get better. He needs to get better. What does that mean? What does that even mean?
What does that mean?
He's not injured. He's not injured.
I tell you what, who also needs to get better, must be, is Sanchez. What do you make of Sanchez at the minute? You'd have thought that...
a bullet on him, didn't they, eh?
Do you know what? I think both Manchester United and Sanchez must be thinking to themselves, what have we done here? Sanchez had the opportunity to go to Manchester City and win a Premier League title and who knows what else. And United had an opportunity to save a bit of money. Both of them now, United are out of pocket a bit for paying so much per week, and there'll be no medal for Sanchez at the end of the season. But you got to look at him as a footballer and think last night was a chance for him to shine. He's on the world stage. We all label him. The media labels him as one of the best players in the Premier League and in European football. And nothing. I mean, I was there. I was at the game. And I saw bits, and I just thought he is now special. Never mind being paid what he is being paid. Rashford looked twice the player he was. The way he gathered the ball and the way he attacked players. Yeah. Sanchez looked like he ran out of ideas.
I'm going to refer back to what I said before. We're propping up players that we have to play because we're paying so much money for them. But even Mourinho's realised that putting Pogba on the pitch week in, week out is just not doing any good. We were fantastic against Liverpool. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. And that's because key players were so passionate. Rashford was fantastic. His attitude. Lukaku last night had the passion in him, and it seemed like it was the only player that really was trying his best to shine. But I feel that Sanchez and Pogba and these superstar players we have to put them on the pitch, and you wouldn't pick them first. They're just not in form. Whereas Lingard, fantastic season. He's totally in form. Rashford, fantastic season. Well, he's had a weird season, but he's coming into form now. Against Liverpool, he showed that he was utterly fearless. And was it Pally? I can't remember who else it was recently. What was the game before? Game for Liverpool. Anyway, Rashford came on as a super sub and absolutely destroyed them. He was terrorising them. And that's the player you want on the pitch. And Sanchez just seems he has put a few good balls in though, but that isn't what we're paying him for. We're not paying him to be a midfielder, are we?
I loved the little cameo by, I'm the only one who's going to comment on this, David De Gea's own goal near the end when he juggled it about and then dropped it in his own net. I thought he was supposed to be the best goalkeeper in the world.
My worry
he
is my worry. If Mourinho keeps upsetting everyone, and also this Sanchez thing is that it seems like as soon as he turned up with his mega wage, this has upset Pogba or something, that he's not earning, he's not the biggest earning player in the team and all that. The whole thing's just gone bizarre since Sanchez rocked up. Look at it. Look at the way it goes. Since Sanchez rocked up, Pogba's gone weird. He's gone moody, says he's injured, but there's no actual injury report or anything like that. Mourinho isn't playing him, and he gets really ratty if you even dare to ask why he's not playing. The reason he's not playing is because he's not playing very well, and when he's on the pitch, like I tweeted out, that thing that was like you're playing FIFA football, and he's running around and then just kicks it off the side of the pitch, the most awful pass you've ever seen. This is what I don't understand as well. I was watching Pogba last night. He comes on. Well, this will be done at, 3 minutes, 2 minutes time, and we'll move on to something else.
You can keep going till 7 if you want. I'm loving this.
I've got 2 games.
I was watching him thinking that is a player that's just come on the pitch and he's got about 10 minutes. I remember when I came on the pitch playing for Carver Cubs football or whatever it was, and if I was subbed on, or High Lane Juniors when I was a kid, if I was subbed on, I would not stop running for 10 minutes. I would be going absolutely chaos because I've got an hour and a half's worth of energy to expel in 10 minutes. There's a lot of energy left in your bank, isn't there? I just watched him. He was just flopping around, flopsing about, and then kicking it off the pitch. Can't wait to get back to me Twitter.
Right. That was Steve Shenyaski. I've got to say, sorry, go on.
What is going on?
Don't stop him, Joe.
Well, no, we have to, because we've got to take a break soon.
I can't believe it. Euphoria of Liverpool down to dejection of last night. This is football, I know, but the lack of passion was disturbing, if nothing else.
If we could bottle Steve's passion and give it to United, they'd be all right.
Well, I think any of them fans that actually go, I don't even get to go to the games. Imagine you've gone down there and had to watch that, and you must be just. Oh, just
I got a free pie.
Like watching old biddies run up and down the swimming pool, like I said.
which was
you know, when you put the video out tomorrow of this, it's got to be the whole of everything Steve has said in the last 20 minutes. Brilliant,
the old biddies.
Yeah. Why did you interrupt him? He's got to turn around then.
Right, like my games. This one is nothing to do with the way players play. It's nothing to do with red cards or appearances of goals. It's about the number on the back of their shirt. We're going to have a game of higher or lower.
Sounds better to me.
We're going to have a game of higher or lower. I'll give you a player who's currently playing for Manchester City, and then I'll give you a former player. You've got to tell me if the shirt that the former player wore is higher or lower. Do you understand? We'll do one practice round each, and then we'll go for it.
No, let's go for the real one.
All right, we'll go for the real one. Here we go.
Steve won't get it anyway. You know what he's
Ian.
like.
I'm going to give you Sane.
Even if I knew it, I'll get it wrong somehow.
You've only got a short amount of time, 10 seconds. Or I'm going to give you Sane. Higher or lower than Owen Hargreaves? The number on the back of the shirt.
Lower.
Lower. Sane is what? 19?
Yeah.
Owen Hargreaves?
34.
Was 20. Blown up. Steve,
Yes.
Fellaini.
Hang on a minute. Did I not say that Owen Hargreaves was higher? And is that not what you just said?
Did you? I thought you said lower.
That'll
Did
be
you
a
say
little.
lower?
That'll be a little ping, please.
Can we go to VAR?
I'll give you VAR.
Can we go to VAR?
It's practice round anyway. Fellaini.
No, I'm trying to remember. What is it? 8?
Or
go on.
Kagawa.
Shinji.
Higher
I'm
or
going
lower?
to go. So, which one am I saying is higher?
You got to say, is Kagawa's shirt number higher or lower?
Higher.
You're going to go for higher. Fellaini is 27. Kagawa was 26. Right, okay. David Silva.
Yeah.
Was Adebayor's shirt number higher or lower?
I'm sure he had a lower number.
Lower.
David Silva might be good, but I bet he's not sold as many shirts as Pogba.
David Silva,
Stick that in your pipe.
This is my game. David Silva, what number is he?
21.
And Adebayor.
I can't remember. I'm thinking it's a lower number.
25. So you are wrong. Still 1 point there.
Oh, yeah.
Herrera.
This
is for you.
Yeah.
Or Danny Welbeck. Did Danny Welbeck's number, was it higher or lower than Herrera's current number?
Welbeck was a higher number.
You're wrong.
No!
Herrera's on 21. Welbeck's number was 19. Come on.
2 away. Okay.
Company. Vincent Company for you, Ian.
Yeah.
Was Wayne Bridges' number higher or lower?
Higher.
You know higher? Company is?
4.
What do you think Wayne Bridges? Above 4?
About 20-something.
3!
Yes!
It was 3.
Yes! Here we go.
2 more of these.
Steve's desperate here, isn't he?
You've got to get one back.
He deserves
Do
this.
I just need to get one right and we're drawing?
Yeah, well,
okay.
Michael Carrick.
Okay, Michael Carrick.
The little P, Hernandez. Was Little P's number higher or lower than Michael Carrick's number now?
He's so desperate to win this.
Carrick's was lower.
So P's is what? Higher or lower?
Higher.
Michael
That means
Carrick
I've won with one to play.
with one to play, which
It's a penalty shootout.
can
It's
be a
gone
draw,
terribly
though.
wrong.
Hang on a minute. So have I got to get this right to win?
No, because you started, didn't you? So it's going to be one more round each.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here we
So
go.
I'm one ahead at the moment, aren't I?
Yeah, I can still
So
draw.
I get this one, I've won.
Laporte
Yeah.
or Scott Sinclair? Was Scott Sinclair's number higher or lower than Laporte's number?
Higher.
Higher.
Scott Sinclair.
Oh,
Here we go.
Laporte's on 14. Scott Sinclair was 12.
This is when you're playing FIFA and it starts buzzing with a heart rate. Boom, boom,
Daley Blint.
boom, boom.
This is for the equaliser.
Daley
This is the-
Blint.
this is the
Did
best
Paul Scholes have a higher or lower shirt number than Daley Blint?
Scholesy had a lower one. Tell me I got it wrong again.
What a bad week for you.
Stop
United.
pressing it.
Still win.
You don't keep pressing it. Stop pressing it, mate. Stop pressing it.
Ian Cheeseman, you won there. 1-0.